So we just arrived at the Boot Lake campsite. It's like 8 o'clock the night before we start our backpacking trip. And it is dark and we gotta set up camp and grab some water and go to bed.
Yep.
So it's 7:30 a.m. We're at the Boot Lake campsite in northern Wisconsin where we slept last night. It's part of the National Forest. Decent site, pretty loud. Definitely a holiday weekend coming up. So I'm boiling some water, getting ready for some breakfast. So we're starting off at the Beaver Creek Trail and we'll be heading to Mirror Lake. We're at the Summit Peak parking lot.
Did a mile. 1/7 of the way there.
So it's about 1 o'clock. We've been hiking for 2 hours and we just made it to the Mirror Lake outlet, and Andrew is gonna try his hand at some fishing and I'm gonna eat some Cheez-Its. How'd it go?
Really, really nice. I was catching fish about every other cast. Very small, 1 trout, a bunch of other stuff that we don't know what it is. But yeah, good day of fishing.
So what are your thoughts on the correction line trail?
It's a little rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just kind of said we're going that way and just charged over the hills.
So this is the damage from the correction line trail. Not good on Andrew either, but he also didn't give up halfway through about walking through mud. So we've got, that was a really hard 2.8 miles. I guess I see the streams that we crossed now, but now we've got 2.9 miles with 1 river crossing before we get to our campsite at Shining Cloud Falls. So after a very long and muddy 7.5 miles, we made it to our campsite. We are at BC 7 on the Big Carp River, and it's hot and humid, but it was not a terrible hike. We're both really muddy, so I'm looking forward to taking my shoes off and then going fishing because we have quite the campsite. What are your thoughts?
I'm pooped.
Yeah.
But it's a nice campsite. Picturesque. Water. Maybe fish. We don't know yet.
Yeah. We got a couple hours before sunset, so
yep.
Do some fishing.
Fishing and camping. Got some spicy chili. Pretty good. Fishing isn't very good here right now. So I'm just gonna eat chili and read a book later.
You got a lot of chili to eat.
Yes, I do.
So it's Sunday morning around 7:30, and we just woke up at our campsite and everything is still really, really humid. My boots didn't dry out overnight, so this might be a little bit of a rough day because I've got a fresh pair of socks. I have a fresh pair of socks for tomorrow too, but we are just a little damp everywhere. So we've got about 6.5 miles to do today. We'll be out by Lake Superior for part of it, so hopefully we'll be able to dehumidify a little bit there, and that should help. The waterfalls on this section of the Big Carp River are just insane. You can walk 100 feet and then there's going to be another one. Well, we made it to the lake. Trader Falls on the Little Carp River. It's like a step fall. And I just heard the best news of the day from some passing hikers who said that the trail is, quote, not that muddy, unquote. So that's pretty exciting.
Since you last saw us, we were dry-ish, and now we went through a creek crossing right as a major thunderstorm started, and in our rush to get across the creek, we both booted both of our shoes. So now we're gonna hike out, because I think that it's like Andrew doesn't have another pair of pants. I don't think that we're just not going to be able to get dry. So our 6.5 mile hike is going to turn into 12 today.
Sure.
But we'll get out. Sunset's at 8. So as long as we're not hiking in the dark,
yep,
I'll be okay. So we made it to where we were supposed to camp today, and it is a beautiful spot. But unfortunately it is still raining, and I don't think that we would be able to dry off at all. So we're gonna keep hiking. We've got, I think, 5.5 miles until we get to the car. This was the spot, and it looks like it's got a great fishing hole.
So it's about 5 o'clock and we are leaving the Porcupine Mountains. We got off the trail about 15 minutes ago. We did 13 miles today. As you can see, it's actually kind of sunny now, and it brightened up maybe an hour after we passed the campsite that we were supposed to stay at tonight. But we decided to push forward and not double back, because we realized that tomorrow we would have had 6.5 miles instead of 5.5 miles and still had to drive home and everything. So not up on the Porkies. We've been here twice. We've run into an incredible amount of mud both times. I don't have a problem, like, it was totally our fault that we got soaked today. It wasn't something that was related to the trails. Like, I think river crossings are kind of neat, and it's, you know, nice to be able to practice that in the Midwest. But in general, trails are not very well maintained. We've tried to come for 2-3 day weekends twice, and it just hasn't worked out. My feet are gonna be so tired tomorrow. But I would come back and stay in one of the backcountry cabins or yurts, and make that like a base camp for a couple of days. And we certainly enjoyed parts of our trip, but it was it's just not a very well maintained park compared to some of the other places that for a 5-hour drive that we can go. What do you think?
Trails are ass, my dude.
Do you have any other thoughts?
I mean, I like catching fish. They were very tiny, but that was kind of fun.